All right, guys, we are live. It's just after 7:30. I think our Monday still, after you have a baby, you kind of lose track of all days and sometimes even what time of day it is. 4 o'clock really snuck up on us fast today. We're like, oh, maybe we should decide on dinner. So we've got a couple more people who were texting me about joining tonight. So kind of want to ease into things. I hope you guys had a really great Mother's Day for those of you who are in that same season of life where you might have littles like us, or maybe your kids have flown the nest already. I can't even imagine what that would be like. But we had a good Mother's Day. My mother was here as I became a mother for the 4th time in the last couple of weeks. And that's just pretty awesome. For those of you who have gotten to know us on YouTube, my name is Kelly Brotherton, and I get to run this really cool YouTube channel with my husband, Bo. He is the one who does all the videos. I just bring some of like the salty aspect to some of our stuff. He'll propose a wild idea and I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work, or we just go along with it, right? So on our channel, it's sort of our journey from the suburbs to the homestead, and presently right now, we are shooting for the end of the year to move from our current house outside of the Houston area to our homestead in Central Texas. So we're really stoked to have y'all who are knowers and lovers of Better Together Life on this call tonight, because that means that we're serving you well. And this call is sharing one of my favorite aspects really that enables us to make this move, but also just empowers us as a family. So if that's something you've been looking for, is a way to really invest yourself in wellness or take back your own health, sort of advocate for yourself, we're going to share with you one of my favorite ways to do that tonight. So thanks for being on this webinar. Again, my name is Kelly Brotherton, and I get to run an awesome YouTube channel with my husband, Bo. It's called Better Together Life, because we really do think it's better together. About a year and a half, no, it's been 2 years now. About 2 years ago, Bo stepped down from his full-time job to do doTERRA with us 100%. This is our job, and we vlog on the side. Even though you hear from us so often, it seems like maybe we do both 100%. And that's really what took off for us. doTERRA became a business that was full-time for us, full-time because we love the message that it carried, which is a faster, safer, more effective healthcare for your household. And we really took that and have traveled the country teaching about it, and absolutely using it with our family. So we are a family of 6 now, and we have children ranging in age from 6 years old to, gosh, just less. She's like 2 weeks old now. I can't even believe that. Is our youngest child. And in the last 4 years when we found doTERRA, we really started implementing it in everything now through our life experience, from childbirth just a few weeks ago to my grandmother as she was living her last days out. We've used oils. So literally from cradle to grave, we've seen the benefits of essential oils just across the board. And we know that this is a solution that for those of us who it makes sense to take that next step into something that's safer, more effective, then this really is one of those things that you just kind of can't hesitate to begin, but really step into it. So when you're looking at essential oils, there are a lot of things to consider. Obviously, what oils work for your family. And the best way to do that is really consider some of your wellness goals. So we'll take a couple of questions on this topic over in the chat. So if you're on your computer, you'll be able to click on that live chat and start sort of putting in questions there. So if you see Better Together Life reply, that's actually Bo. You can give him a little shout out. He is managing with 4 children right now, making sure that they're all going to bed. And so give him a little love over there in the comments. But for those of you who have oils already, or maybe you haven't yet, and you really are just wondering, what do we do with this? Take a look at the chat and just leave as simply as possible sort of the systems you need to support. So we want to make sure that we answer your questions, but go ahead and put your wellness goals there, because I could share 1,000 stories, but if I don't really talk to you about what your goals and your hopes are out of oils, then I'm really wasting your time, and that's not very good of me. I want to honor your time, and I want to honor you. So go ahead and leave those in the comments, and in the next 7 minutes, we'll go ahead and answer some of those questions. I want to keep this not overboard of information, but also not leaving you wanting for too much. So in the next probably 30 minutes, we'll wrap up a little bit about the company, about the essential oils that we're using for our family, and hopefully you find some that work well for you. There's going to be some time at the end where we'll help you get what you need if you found something that really makes sense for your household. And if you guys are just here to tune in, then that's really great. Like, we want to hear your questions, and we want to know how we can support you, because that's really our hope and desire, is that everybody knows how to use oils well. And if now's the time for you to get them, then we definitely want to help you do that. So our little bit of story with oils is we use them with our children all the time, and it was a need of ours to find a solution where we really didn't even have an option before. So when we found doTERRA, we were parents of 2, and the youngest was just 3 months old. And I went to a class to learn more because my midwife had gifted me a small keychain like this. It was a different brand, but it had tiny little vials of oils in it. I think these ones are empty still. But if you can see in here, it's like little bottles of oils. And they're just about this big, right? And they were full of some really typical oils that we'll cover tonight, but I had no idea how to use them. And in fact, I asked my midwife through text one day, hey, so-and-so has something going on. I can't remember. It was so long ago. And she said, yeah, use peppermint. And the term use literally just froze me still in my feet. I was like, I can't think. I don't know what use means. That may have been my postpartum brain fog. I don't know. But use was really a general term, and I had no idea what that meant when it came to these oils, because they were a totally different beast for me. So I went to a class and I learned a little bit more about it. And when I left the class, I was so excited. It just made sense. It was like, oh, we've been starting to eat well. We've been trying to figure out how to care for our kids without as many chemicals. This just makes sense. So I called Bo on the way home, and in the 20 minutes that it took me to get home, he started researching the company, and he was like, hey, we're not going to get that very first kit that you were talking about. We're going to get the Natural Solutions kit, and I think we should do this as a business, because you're going to love this, and like a restaurant or anything else that you love, you're going to tell your friends. So cautiously, I entered the door when we got home and learned a little bit more about what Bo was so excited about. And aside from the integrity of the company that we decided to go with, the quality of the product was really well known, and the company was still very young at that point. So when we started with oils, we had the peppermint, and I learned how to use peppermint. I learned that peppermint was a cooling oil. I learned that it could help refresh and invigorate. It could help promote alertness. It was phenomenal for digestion. All of these things just made sense. And I was like, heck yeah, we need a simple solution that looks just like one of these very simple bottles. Here's a bottle of Breathe. I'll show you this and why we love this one. But it's just a bottle like this full of a liquid that I didn't quite understand. And instead of feeling a little nervous about that like I normally would, I just put my head down and knew that I could learn about this and knew that it could make a difference in my house. And that's what we needed. I don't know if that's what you need. I don't know if you need a sort of maybe an impossible solution where it seems like there isn't one. But if that's you, I just invite you to open your ears and your mind up tonight to what essential oils can offer you. So when I learned about peppermint, I knew that it was something that we needed in our house, and I knew that it could be helpful, particularly when we would go on a drive and I knew that someone was not going to feel well in the car. A little bit of peppermint for the younger ones, even just on their shirt, was very refreshing. It was very soothing to the stomach. Like if you think about how peppermint tea can be really soothing to your digestion, peppermint oil is really similar, and it's also very potent. So 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent for doTERRA's peppermint oil to about 28 cups of peppermint tea. So let me just repeat that because it bears repeating. 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So what that tells me is it's very potent, it's very strong, and it also shows me that I should proceed with caution, right? So anytime you're going to use an essential oil topically on your skin, you're going to want to dilute it with a carrier oil. So we use coconut oil. doTERRA sells one that's always liquid all the time, which can be really helpful if I want to put a few drops of peppermint into a roller bottle and I want to apply it with my kids. Maybe I use just peppermint in here, and it's great for the baseball game that my kid's going to go play in Houston hot heat. Well, I'll use peppermint with a little coconut oil that's always liquid. Can you see that right there? Yeah. And then when it rolls onto the back of his neck during his baseball game, you can kind of see it's a little shiny right there. So this is less than a drop of coconut oil. I'm really efficiently using less than a drop of peppermint oil. I'm efficiently using my peppermint. I'm not giving him more than he needs. I'm also safely applying it. So when we use that coconut oil, it prevents sensitivity over time. It prevents irritation on the skin, and it also allows it to penetrate through the skin more effectively. And once oils are on your skin, or you're breathing them in, or you are taking them internally, and I would only recommend doTERRA's internally. We have had such great will using a coconut oil with it, because within, gosh, I think it's just a few minutes, that oil will enter in through all your dermal layers in your skin into your bloodstream and then circulate throughout your whole body system. So let me just clean something up real quick on my computer. It's asking me to update something, and I'm not ever one to click yes, update, because it's quite terrifying if something happens. So I just don't do that. Now you know more about us than you ever needed to. I think that's pretty traditional for any Brotherton video. We're like, hey, just FYI, you may know more about us than you wanted to. So let's cover 3 ways to use your oils, and then we're going to go ahead and turn to the chat because we want to hear from y'all. So this is a bottle of Breathe. Let me read to you the ingredients and listen for some things that you don't actually hear are in the bottle. So in this Breathe, this is one for a respiratory blend. So if you're like us in Houston, nothing ever dies here. Things are always alive and they're always in the air. And when we use Breathe, it is for respiratory support throughout our house. It is when seasonal threats are really high, or when you just know you're going to be outside in an area where there are irritations for your own body type, right? So let's show you how to use it. So Breathe goes onto my hand just like this. It's going to come out in a drop. You guys see it? There you go. A couple came out. You're going to rub your hands like this just to help it absorb, warm it up a little bit. And then right about this far from your face, you're going to breathe in. So I wish this was like scratch and sniff or smell-o-vision. You could get a little whiff of that. But Breathe is a beautiful blend of oils, and this is what's in it. So we've got laurel leaf, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, ravensara, and cardamom. So this is a bunch of different oils blended together by doTERRA. It's proprietary. And then all of these oils are designed to support the respiratory system. So we're not just looking at peppermint, like I mentioned, for digestion, or peppermint for cooling. We're looking at peppermint and its purpose in this to help open airways and promote feelings of clear breathing, right? That's the idea, along with the eucalyptus, along with the lemon. We're cleansing, we're opening the airways, and we're allowing our bodies to feel that feeling of clear breathing, right? So if you have oils, go ahead and take a moment. Treat yourself to something nice at the end of a long Monday. I know Mondays can be rough for some of us. And just breathe in your oils. So you may have a sample that you got from us. You may have oils of your own, or you may be just, I don't know, excited to start them. But this is a great place. Just applying oils, being intentional about using them well, is the first step. You guys may have had oils on your shelf for years, and I am so sorry if that's happened to you, because that is my greatest pet peeve or greatest like thing to overcome as we do doTERRA. I don't care where you got your oils, but I really do hope that you know how to use them well, and I hope that you're safe in using them. So let's take a second, go ahead on over to the comments, and if you will leave, oh good, a lot of you have done this already, I'm so glad. Molly's from Houston. Go ahead and leave us a little information about who you are and where you're from. You don't have to be super specific, but we want to be able to talk with you and share information with you, and it's always better if we can just say your name or address you in some way that's fun. So go ahead and leave us your info, just who you are and where you're from, and if you want to share your wellness goals so that we can help talk through some oils that would be helpful, go ahead and leave that over in the chat. I point this way. I don't know if your chat is here or down there. I'm not sure where your chat is, but mine is right over there on my computer. So again, grab your oil, go ahead and breathe them in. Let's talk about the 3 ways to use doTERRA. So I just showed you breathing in your oils, right? This would be aromatic. So those of you who love to take notes, this #1 way to use oils is aromatically. This is going to be when you walk into a bathroom and there was air freshener, or a doctor's office, or a friend of mine called me the other day and she said, Kelly, do you know the people who run this garage by your house? You need to talk to them about doTERRA because they have this air freshener in here that literally pumps out every 15 seconds and it stinks so bad. So I said, hey, get that guy's number. We will send him a diffuser to borrow for 2 weeks. And she was like, okay, I'm getting his number and getting back to you, because she's like, I'm miserable. I've been here for an hour. So that's when you're smelling the scents. If you walk through your garden, you pick a peppermint leaf, you rub that together, that's aromatically experiencing essential oils. And in fact, peppermint from doTERRA comes from peppermint leaves. Then when you look at breathing in oils aromatically, I've got a diffuser back here that looks really, really tiny, but it's about this big in real life, in perspective. And this one runs for 8 hours overnight. It's called the Aroma Light, and I kind of can't live without mine. I travel with it every time we leave town. It's excellent to use overnight for lavender, vetiver, serenity blend, and calming. But also when we need that extra support during our sleep, we're putting that breathe oil right in there. So already I've covered 2 oils that I really love. You can use them all aromatically, but the peppermint and breathe are excellent oils. Another oil, or another way to use oils, is to apply them topically. And that's what I mentioned with this bottle right here. So this is a blend that I made up myself, but doTERRA was really smart, and about 1.5 years ago, it may have been 2 by now. Clearly, I have not slept in the last 2 weeks. doTERRA came up with what we call the doTERRA Touch line. So this is frankincense, and our touch line is a really great, this is an older bottle. I'm going to see if I have a newer one. This one might be it. No. The touch line is great because it already has coconut oil mixed in. So I work with a lot of moms who just want to use something that's convenient for them and their kids, but they might not be sure about how to use oils or how to dilute them, and it might be something that's a little intimidating. Well, we used oils for years, and I thought, okay, well, I'll never use this touch line. I've got it, but I'm just going to show people how to use it. But with this, it's just coconut oil and frankincense. That's what's in this right here, right? But we can apply it topically directly to the skin without concern over whether I've diluted it safely for little Finley, who's just a few weeks old. In fact, she's about to have a lip tie procedure in the next couple days. I'm going to be putting frankincense on her to help her immune system, to help her nervous system, her parasympathetic, all with frankincense before she even goes in. And I'm going to use it after. And in fact, I'm just going to use this bottle right here. I'm not going to go for the straight up frankincense. I'm going to use this touch already because it's diluted for her. I know it's going to be safe, and I know it's going to be a really effective dosage. So when we're using oils with kids especially, we want to dilute topically. But this is the way the bottles come now. It's a little more updated. This is Motivate, but this also has coconut oil in it, and you're going to see a stainless steel roller bottle or a ball at the top. I can't tell you what an improvement. For those of you who've been with doTERRA a while, these new tops are pretty phenomenal. I think they're just so cooling when you put it directly on your skin. The application is just a totally different experience. I know that sounds so small and stupid, but it's really kind of awesome. So using oils when you put them on topically, always use a carrier oil. It's the safest way to use oils. A small disclaimer is make sure that when you're using any kind of oil that has a citrus in it, so if it's a blend or if it's straight up lemon or wild orange, just don't go directly into the sun after you use it. If you're going to put it on your feet, or on you're wearing long sleeves and it's winter and you're going to go into work, I wouldn't worry about that. But if you are using oils topically and then going to go out in the sun, it's just not a good idea. It's a photosensitive oil, and so you want to stay out of the sun after using it. So that's topically. We've talked aromatically, breathing it in, topically. And then internally. Now internally, you probably ingest oils internally like all the time. If you chew gum and it's cinnamon gum, probably has some sort of generally regarded as safe food oil with cinnamon, or probably cassia, which is a much more affordable oil, but it's labeled as cinnamon because they're practically the same taste or smell. But doTERRA's oils internally are going to be really remarkable, and it all goes back to our testing, the quality of doTERRA. So we kind of sidetrack here just for a minute, but say what sets doTERRA apart from everything else with essential oils. The heart of the company is unbelievable. When you look at how we source things, we don't just come to what we can control for the sake of control. Every oil that's brought into doTERRA, and it's slow and steady, but every year we grow at least by 2 new oils. And when we add oils to the company's line, it's intentional to look not only at where the plant grows, meaning what's the climate like? Is it indigenous to that area? Is it possible to get the best soil and nutrients into that soil for that oil, the soil and the oil? And we look at the growers. Are they trained to harvest the oil at a specific time so that doTERRA is getting the maximum benefit out of that essential oil? We don't need an oil that, although might be really great for inflammatory support, if we're harvesting that oil for the purpose of something else, then we really want to make sure we're not harvesting it at the wrong time or in the wrong way in order to miss the primary goal of that oil. So there are lots of variables that go into why we incorporate an oil, but where we incorporate it is really, really important. And I'm proud to say that about 2/3 of doTERRA's oils, I might be wrong, let's go with 1/3 and be conservative, but at least 1/3 of our oils come from developing world countries. So for example, our vetiver comes from Haiti, our frankincense comes from Somalia. So we're looking not only at the oil and where it grows well for the plant, but when we look at where we can source it from, we look at a global impact. Can we sustain the crop that's going to come through from year to year? And can we sustain the farmer? So for those of you who have watched our channel, you are going to know that our passion and desire is for people. And our whole mission behind doTERRA is that we would fully fund a field worker family in 5 years. And God's going to do that through whatever way we set out to do this business, but we're partnering with what he's doing on the earth, right? So doTERRA is absolutely lined up with that. When we heard about that for this company, it was like a match made in heaven to know that we're reaching out to humanity for the sake of edifying it and encouraging it and providing sustainability for families. My mind was blown. So those little things about the heart and the desire of the company are what set it apart for quality. And then the quality is the reason I can say I feel confident using doTERRA's oils internally. That was a long story, not short, but long story long. But for those of you who are interested in what sets us apart, that's a big, big shining neon sign for me that sets doTERRA apart from any other company in the world. And then the testing that we do is all third party. So we have scientists obviously that work for doTERRA, but when we're testing, we use, I think it's 2 separate third party tests, facilities and labs to make sure that I think it's 7 tests that doTERRA's oils go through before it actually gets in the bottle to the consumer. And then there's a quality that's really exceptional with doTERRA. I'm going to show you one that you can take internally. Let's go with another blend we love called On Guard. This is a blend that probably is in 70% of my cleaning products, from my hand soap to my regular cleanser that we use on our tables, on our kids' toys, everywhere. And then laundry detergent, and gosh, where else are we using it? In our diffusers to clean our air. But On Guard's a really extraordinary blend full of oils like cinnamon and wild orange and melaleuca. What else is in here? Let's see. Rosemary. I might have gotten all of them. Wow, if I memorized all that, that's pretty impressive for me. Yeah, y'all, I think I got it all. So eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon, wild orange, and clove are all included in this blend. This is a blend that's safe to take internally because all those oils are safe for internal use. So what you're going to see on a bottle, if you have some at home, this is a little cheat sheet. So right here, it's On Guard, and then it's going to tell you it's our protective blend. It's kind of hard to see with the glare. I'm so sorry. But then on the back, you're going to see a supplemental fact. So your oils should definitely tell you if they're safe to take internally on the bottle. If they're not, look more into the quality of that oil. If you have an oil that's not doTERRA and it's an edible plant and the oil is safe to use internally, so find out why that particular brand is not safe for internal use. Then you're going to see this right here. So this is a unique scan. I don't know if other companies do this, but this little code right here that you can just scan straight in from your phone is going to give you your specific testing to this bottle of oil. So it could be out of a batch with lots of different bottles of oils, but for this specific bottle of oil, it's going to show you the, I think it's 2 different types of tests that doTERRA runs right there. So you're going to see the markup from this report right there in front of your eyes. Then you're going to see 2 important things. We'll twist it. On the bottom, the top number is the batch. So doTERRA has obviously large vats of oils, but then individual batches. So if anything should go wrong with your oil or wrong with the batch and someone else reports it, doTERRA will contact you via that very top number from your order and let you know that something's going on with that oil, and they'll ask you to return it or whatever. I don't know. I haven't had it happen yet. And then underneath it is an expiration date. I'll say that one more time. Underneath it is the expiration date. So the first thing people say is, oh my gosh, these oils expire. I'll never use them in time. Let me read to you this expiration date. So this expires in 2021. This is On Guard. I probably order this 4 to 5 times a year. And that's for our family of 6, and we use oil. We use this oil literally every day, either on the bottoms of our feet, down our spine for immune support, or like I said, in our diffuser when we have a play date, in my hand spray when I go to the grocery store, when I pick up kids from the nursery, all across the board, I'm using On Guard. So to say it expires in 2021, yes, but the likelihood of someone even going through one of these just themselves a year is very possible. Now in this bottle is about 250 drops of On Guard oil, and remember that's a blend. But even if this were peppermint or lavender, this is going to be 250 drops of that essential oil. So if you are getting large bottles like that, you've got 250 doses. So at the beginning, when I say my passion is that more people would have access to this faster, safer, more effective oil as a solution in their house for wellness, it's effective not only in the time that it takes to apply and feel the benefit, but also cost effective. I don't spend my days scheduling doctor's appointments because I've got 4 people under the age of 6.5 that need constant rotation through that office. Instead, my time is my own, and when we need something, we go to oils as our first line of defense. So that's really the invitation, is what are the things that you guys need wellness for in your household? What are some of your goals? I'm going to look through the comments, and I don't know if Bo's still in with the boys. Bo, I think he's coming in. Oh, good. He's coming in. Because I was like, I know he doesn't have Finley. My mom has Finley.
I know. I feel bad taking him away.
Okay, so let's just shout out to some of you guys. Hey, Jan and Eric. Bo, you're here. Are you going to grab a seat? Awesome. Let's see who else we've got. Angel from North Carolina. Great. So glad you guys are here. And from Michigan. That's awesome, y'all. My sister used to live in the UP, and I went up there one summer, and it was 60 degrees in the evening. And then I moved to Houston that same summer, and it was like 60 degrees 4 months later. Like, that's how different the temperature is. Awesome, so Molly from Houston. Super glad you guys are here. Yes, it is. The weather is familiar and always a topic of conversation. I'm sorry we're not that exciting. Great. Sam is here. Awesome, guys. You guys are great. Amber from Virginia. I love Virginia. It's like my favorite state outside of Texas.
We had, did you see Amber's question?
I see Amber's intro.
Okay.
And then here it is.
Yeah.
So, yes. Okay, so Amber's asking if there are oils that she can use for inflammatory support. Yes, Amber. It's just Amber. And the answer is it's just Deep Blue is what I would say. So Deep Blue is a blend. This probably isn't. Let me use this one. Deep Blue is another blend, like On Guard and Breathe are blends, like I mentioned earlier. And this blend is all a bunch of oils that support a healthy inflammatory response. So you can actually apply this directly to an area of concern. So either on your knuckles or on your knees. In fact, I have a knee that I had surgery on, and every once in a while when the weather changes, I'm getting out this Deep Blue. But I will tell you, this is actually one that I keep in my diaper bag because I wear our babies. And right now I wear them in a sling, so it's just over one shoulder. And Finley's not heavy yet, but she will be. And that sling's going to get old real fast. So I just keep that in my diaper bag, and a tiny little amount on my shoulder really rubs in well. So you can use the Deep Blue in this smaller form, which is just the oil. And I really recommend putting a coconut or some sort of carrier oil with it so that when you're using the Deep Blue, you're using it most effectively. It's not all evaporating really quickly, which oils evaporate like 80% of them very quickly. So you want to have that fatty carrier oil with it. But also you can use this lotion. So either one is a good option. And this actually has 2 full bottles of this in the whole lotion, and it just takes a very, very little bit. This was Bo's very first solution that he ever used with doTERRA, was Deep Blue and Past Tense. So those are 2 that he always has in his backpack with him wherever he goes. I hope that answers your question. So if it doesn't, Amber, just ask another follow-up, and that's definitely it. The Deep Blue is what I recommend. Frankincense is also phenomenal for inflammatory support. So look at your diet first. If there's anything that flares that up, I'm not a dietitian, but from my experience, diet changes everything. So oils are going to be that supplement. I mean, that's what it says right on the bottle. It's a supplement. But as you're restoring your gut, as you're using diet as your guide, then using oils to support it while you're mending is really, really helpful.
We gotta get back to that.
I know. Well, right now, and seriously, guys, I had 2 people drop pie off at my house as soon as Finley was born.
And then they gave me an entire pie yesterday.
Because
yes,
who doesn't need pie?
It's so good.
Okay.
Okay. Jan had.
Yeah.
How many drops of oil do you use in your roller bottle?
Oh, that's a good question. So Jan, I always use at least a 1-to-1 ratio. So this is about a 10 milliliter bottle of oil or bottle. I probably would do, like if I were eyeballing it, I'd do half of one oil and then half of carrier oil. But really, if you're looking at someone with a skin sensitivity, then you want to be more conservative, and I would put much more coconut oil to essential oil. It really depends on the oil that you're using. So research that a little bit. Who is it going on? Do they need a higher diluting of coconut oil to essential oil? And then what type of oil is it? Because if you're using an oil like cinnamon or clove that is very warm to the touch, it can be irritating to the skin. So you want to use more of that carrier oil with it so that you're not creating an irritation on the skin. So that's really important as well.
Talked about stainless steel. I guess you talked about it?
Oh, I
These?
did. I
Did you
talked about
compare
the
it?
roller top. Oh, yeah. So this is doTERRA's older design. In fact, if you guys purchase oils now, I would be surprised if they still come with this.
Okay.
There might be a few more oreganos or something that are coming out with it. But these are the new bottle tops. So if you can see the difference, this is all plastic. And this one has leaked before. So they really improved the bottle. They put on a stainless steel roller. And then this is a patented bottle. So this top doesn't actually exist anywhere else. And I think they're excellent. It was a big improvement. And I was like, what's so innovative about a top? But as soon as I tried the new top, it was kind of like,
it's awesome.
ooh, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's just a roller bottle.
Okay, we have to do a shout out. Everybody, we have celebrities here in the live stream, Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Hi, Doug and Stacy.
Hi, guys.
Thank
I
y'all
have
for
such a crush on your channel. That's awesome.
We love you guys. So
thanks for being here.
So yes,
y'all.
I want down in the comments. Everybody put down, are you a Homestead homie, and are you watching Off Grid with Doug and Stacy?
Yes. Yeah, that's great. And if you're not, you guys need to go subscribe to their channel because it's legit.
Yeah, they're awesome. Okay, so
Doug and Stacy.
Yes, lots of Doug and Stacy.
Yay.
And then Deep Blue is amazing. Yes, Deep Blue is the bomb.
Deep Blue, everybody loves Deep Blue.
So this one.
Okay. Yeah, so Homestead want to be asked about breathe for respiratory support. So you're going to hear me not call out the specific things. We're not doctors. We both have theater degrees. Neither of us has slept. So even if we were doctors, we would not be qualified to answer these questions at the moment. But I will always talk in compliant terms because I think that really frees you up to find your own solutions.
I got to go get kids.
Oh, there's kiddos knocking on the door. He'll be back, hopefully. So if you're asking about respiratory support, really what we're looking at is the functional support. Oh, that's Ella. She's sneaky. The functional support that an oil provides a body system. So, for example, inflammatory support with Deep Blue, right? And everybody's cheering on Deep Blue. So I really hope that was a good answer for you. Yay, Amber. And then On Guard is, I would say like immune support, or it's called our protective blend, but it's going to help to fight bugs, going to help fight off superbugs, because it's not going to have the typical antibiotic or antibacterial components that we have in those soaps that were just recently banned from the CDC. You know, there's sometimes, for those of you who are on here, you guys know us well, and there are a lot of governing agencies we don't have a lot of great things to say about. But in this instance, the CDC really got it right when they banned some really harsh, terrible chemicals from our hand soap, which were creating superbugs, and they were doing the exact opposite of what they were trying to fix. We have a baby.
So
y'all, she's so freaking cute.
So Kelly's mom is still here. Ella woke up. So if you don't know, Ella is our 2-year-old. Mm-hmm. She woke up, and Kelly's mom was holding little Finley, and so I went. I said,
traded her.
Can I trade you?
Can I trade you for the
quiet sleeping? She goes, why? I said, because Finley doesn't talk that much.
Yeah. So she will be more webinar helpful.
Yeah.
So when you're asking about respiratory support, these are the things. I'll tell you a little bit about the function of these individual oils. So eucalyptus is going to help open up the airways. It's going to be very cooling to the airways, along with peppermint. Melaleuca and lemon are both very cleansing oils. So if you've ever used Melaleuca for discomfort in the ear, or even it's got antifungal properties, antiseptic properties in it. These are oils that are going to help cleanse. So when we're breathing in, especially with seasonal issues, you're going to have that common sense. Put it in the diffuser, like right back there. Put it in your hand, breathe it in. If you guys travel a lot, get a car diffuser. They're really, really affordable, usually under $20, and you can plug it in while you're breathing. So I would say, yes, it will help with that specific issue that you mentioned, but I would never get off medications until you talk with somebody and they see improvement with you. Like, your physician could mark your progress We have friends who've done just straight up cold turkey with their oils and their issues. But I definitely say involve your physician with that and have them help you track your progress and see what you're experiencing with oils. We have chosen to use oils, especially at a time of year where seasonal threats are super high. And for Everett, we could have gone a totally different medicinal route with him. And we just went with oils, and we saw a lot of benefit. You know, he was only 5 at the time, and it's an annual thing. So we've been able to really see the benefit of it. But not everybody starts that way. Like, he'd never been on a medication first. So I say, you know, involve that physician and help them have their eyes open to a better solution. But I think, you know, I couldn't tell you how severe your issue is. So I would say, yes, definitely it will help. But I think that for sure, try it out alongside with what protocol you're using right now. It won't hinder, it won't be counterproductive or counterintuitive. Yay, Allie and Avery, shut up. We are your new favorite YouTubers. You guys are awesome, Allie and Avery.
Or if you're talking to Doug and Stacy, we understand that too.
Yes,
so
yeah, that's true. Maybe you guys are amazing. It's Doug and Stacy, which totally makes a lot more sense to me. Okay, good. Okay, Homestead Wannabe, good explanation on the company. I'm glad. Yes, I know, baby Finley. Like, couldn't you just watch her and the bunnies all day?
You see her?
Did
y'all see the bunnies? Okay, down in the comments, because we had a late video. No, it finally went up. Okay. Put down in the comments who saw, I think it was, we're tired and we forgot.
Oh, our live video earlier?
Yeah. I want to know, what did y'all think about the bunnies?
Yes,
sorry, I'm
this
interrupting.
is off topic.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to add one more answer to this question. A, thank you guys for even sharing your health goals, because it really is our priority to help you find a solution. And B, just thank you for being on tonight. This is super fun. Okay, so we'll hit 2 more. DC 145A asked about digestive support. Yes, my first recommendation is start adding apple cider vinegar to your diet, unless you know that it would be like prohibitive to your health. But apple cider vinegar, a lot of issues with digestion is actually a lack of acid, and things are digesting at different rates. So this is, again, like no dietitian, just experience with us going from a totally processed food diet to totally clean eating diet, and now we're somewhere a little more in between, or at least a little more aware. So Digest Zen, this is when Bo has been using like a mad person lately, because we bought him a whole pie. So there's that. So Digest Zen is really simple. This is when I honestly recommend buying in the oil form. Let me grab that. Just like this. Because this can be added to water, it can be added to your smoothie, honestly, or it can be combined with coconut oil and applied directly to the tummy. This sounds so crazy and totally voodoo, and I totally call myself out on how nuts that sounds for those of you who are brand new to oils. You're like, whatever, I'm going to put this oil on my stomach, and then my stomach is going to feel better. Like, you know, like it's going to help my digestive tract. That doesn't make any sense, but I swear to you, it works. Or if you're experiencing digestive issues further up, just apply it to the neck or directly to the chest, wherever you are. That was a lifesaver for me during pregnancy, because I had that just pregnancy related, totally temporary, not normal heartburn, and a little Digest Zen. I was eating the Digest tabs, I think, and then Digest Zen just applied with coconut oil directly to my skin, right here across my chest, or just right at my belly button. But I don't even think.
What about the tabs?
Oh, the tabs are awesome.
Yeah, we actually did a video.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a video. Find it somewhere. There's a playlist about essential oils. I think it's Digest Zen something.
Yeah,
I don't know the title.
Really, really good.
Yeah. So we go over all of those products.
But I would get the Digest Zen, and I would try adding a little apple cider vinegar to your regular diet, like in the morning, if you take a shot of it, which is pretty harsh. Start adding some probiotics to your diet. doTERRA has one that's a supplement. Also, fermented foods are great for you. All those things that are pre-probiotics that'll really help in your digestion, and that could solve a lot of things. Add oils to wax for candle warmers. Yeah, you could do that. Honestly, what I would do is just get A diffuser. Your oils are going to evaporate on their own, so you wouldn't even need to warm them. Warming them, depending on how high the temperature gets, would also alter the therapeutic benefits of the oil. So I wouldn't even bother warming them. I'd either get like a cotton ball and just drop it on there if you're going the really affordable route. A reed diffuser is a really affordable way to use oils, but therapeutically, a diffuser is going to be the smartest way to go. So I like doTERRAs. They have really great warranties, and they're really, really effective tools. We've probably in 4 years only had 2 go bad on us, and we probably get at least 2 new ones a year.
Well, and that was the old one.
Yeah, that was a really
an
old
outdated one. They don't even make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jan, you said you rub it under your tummy in just a matter of seconds.
So
Super helpful.
You kind of.
Yeah, so we talked about like seasonal threats. Angel, I hope that answers your question, how I shared about Everett using oils for that seasonal threat that he has coming up. There was one more someone asked about oils and teeth. Yes, Joshua,
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Whether it's little ones getting their first teeth or adults, clove oil is one you want to have on hand in general. And it's known, tested, and proved even amongst dentists to use clove oil for soothing. It has a lot of analgesic properties in it, so to be able to sort of numb that area is really helpful. So if you go to a dentist, like see someone who can fix your mouth, but in the meantime, like especially on a weekend, we had a friend call us once on a weekend, and she knew she was going into the dentist for a procedure on Monday, but over the weekend something like either what she was using wasn't working or whatever, but she asked for an oil, and I knew that it was going to be so benign, it was never going to hinder her procedure coming up. So she used that oil and she felt better really, really quickly.
Look at Eric's comment.
What do you? Oh, Eric.
For a friend.
I'm so happy for you. That's great.
And then read this. Where did he say?
Oh gosh. Is this something we could do on our own time?
Sorry. He said, yeah, it's a pretty ridiculous story. I love it.
What's a ridiculous story?
I don't know. But
Bo, you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
Eric's my YouTube
I
boy.
heard the boys say that to each other today. Ollie said to Everett, he goes, "You're ridiculous," and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking
Did you
about.
answer the question?
About oils for first trimester.
Yeah.
You need some peppermint beadlets. That's all I can tell you.
Do we have
Peppermint beadlets? Probably in my bag. But it's basically a quarter of a drop of peppermint, Eric. And it's one, like, I would breathe that peppermint oil straight from my bed before my feet hit the floor. And I use peppermint beadlets.
Maybe it might show up on the camera.
I'll see if you can see this. These are super tiny. But they're, like I said, tiny amount of peppermint. And you just break them. I'll see if you can see. Yeah, you can see it. So you see how small it is? And it comes in a pack of like 125. Just so you know, Eric uses doTERRA. He's not enrolled with us. That's okay. We still want to share the love and information. It's very, very helpful. So you guys are all in a safe spot. In a minute, I'm going to tell you how to get your oils and be on our team and have us unlimited help for you. But for right now, just know we love all the peoples. So yeah, peppermint beadlets, Eric. Some people really like ginger. I'm not a fan of ginger, so I don't really care about that. But especially, you know, you guys can message us about some of the oils that we use throughout pregnancy, because there's some different times of specific oils. In fact, we just had a bunch ready for when I had Finley and then right after I had Finley. So there's tons that I recommend. You can just message us and we'll tell you all those details.
There's actually a part in the video of Finley being born where I'm like, do you want to find you want your chapstick? I'm actually searching for her peppermint beadlets.
Yeah.
Because she really.
Like, I need these now.
Yeah.
But lots of ways. Yep. Gina's even talking about peppermint right there. That's
so
great.
I scrolled up, so you might want to scroll down.
Stainless steel. No, I don't have a stainless steel top on my cup. I have, this is like literally the H-E-B brand of the super, not even the Walmart brand. I think this is like $5, but I do like the cup. And if you're going to use oils in your water, don't put them in styrofoam and don't put them in plastic. Make sure it's stainless steel or it's glass. And if they're water bottles, it may deteriorate that little ring at the top of your water bottle. So just letting you know.
So, yeah, Allie Navy asked, I think. No. Amber asked, what's the typical, price of a bottle?
That's a great question. So Amber, oils really range in lots of different prices depending on how much like product it actually takes to make an oil. So we have there's an oil called Melissa that takes pounds and pounds and pounds of this flower. It's lemon balm. And it takes tons and tons of this flower to make a bottle. So it's $130 for a bottle that is like, I don't know, this size, really tiny, right? Like 80 drops. So most of the oils are not that expensive, but that is the most expensive oil that doTERRA sells. Then there's lemon, and this is the least sexy oil that is the most versatile oil that everyone should have lemon oil in their house. Cleaning, cooking, using it for energy, digestion. What else am I missing?
I don't know. I need to drink that tonight.
You do need to drink this tonight.
Not the oil, but in one.
Yes. But this is a great oil to have, and it's only $10 for 250 drops. So if we're thinking of wellness for your house, you're effectively getting 250 doses of wellness in a bottle for $10. So they really, really range, but I'm going to show you in just a second some of the kits that I really recommend. So if you're brand new to oils and you don't have them, Amber, I'll show you how to get some through a couple of links. And you can check out the prices and everything there. There are kits that are bundled together, so they have a deeper discount. But all of the oils that we covered today, I'm pretty sure, with the exception of Motivate, are in the 2 kits that I'm going to recommend. And then there are several that you could choose from if you're really, really interested in it. So I hope that answers your question. It really ranges everything from $10 to $130. But most, depending on what your household's needs are really right around, I don't know, the $20 to $30 range. And again, it's 250 drops. So the likelihood of how often you use an oil is that you won't even need to replace it every month. It may be something that you just replace once a year, depending on how often you use it. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Move to Fort Worth. Yes, I know that Texas heat Homestead wannabe. I'm checking out. You're like, people thought I was nuts to have my kids out and about, and when it's like 117 degrees. I know, but that's what it is in Texas. If we don't get out when it's hot, we don't get out at all. All right, Jen loves digest, and you guys are awesome. These are really great questions. I hope this was really helpful for you. I know there's a little delay, so I'm going to give this just a second, but I'm going to post, I'll let you ask, just a couple more questions because I want to honor your time too. We're just about at an hour. I'm going to place a link here. So we talked about a lot of these individual oils, and thank you for asking about prices, Amber, because I think that's what's most important. We never really like to say like, hey, here's all the oils that you can get, and now spend $1,000 and you get no help, right? Our job is to support you wherever you're at and whatever your next step is. So if your next step is get oils into your house, then I think it's really important that you do that, and we get to help you do that. It's critical when you start using oils that you have someone who can support you along the way. So I know Gina was on here telling about how much she's loving her oils, and she just got done with what we call oil camp. So we do a wellness consult with you as soon as your oils come in. It's about 45 minutes where we sit down with you face to face or over the phone, and we talk about the oils that you've gotten and help you feel really confident using them. And then we have a lot of follow-ups like oil camp, where you can come and learn more about the oils, be in a community with a lot of people. We have some exclusive Facebook groups where people on our teams are sharing ideas and questions and really just being in relationship with one another, using oils as a solution in their household. So that's a beautiful place to start, is making sure that your next step, you're aware of what's going on and how it can be helpful for you. Let me separate a little bit of this out so that it's not so.
Yeah, you can't hit the.
Yeah, I know. So it's not so stuck together. But you're going to see we've got a promotion going on this month where any of these kits that we list are going to get you $50 back in free oils. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but basically, yeah, it's $50 of free oils when you enroll with doTERRA this month. So if you have somebody who told you about this call tonight and it wasn't us, just jump back with them. Go to the person who's going to really help support you with doTERRA. If you don't have someone to do that, we want to be that for you. So we will leave a link in just a second. I'm going to hit, should I just hit enter?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see how this works because you can't really.
Did you just click off of it?
No.
Oh, you went over your.
I went over my numbers.
Yeah. So
Okay,
just,
let me do this. Hold on.
Here, do it.
X.
No.
What? Okay. So
I'm
let's
the
see.
keyboard shortcut magician.
While he's holding a baby.
Yeah.
Kudos to him. Okay, so this is
Command X.
a link to the
Command
kits.
C.
These are probably the most popular way people get started with oils because it really sets you up to be ready for anything. So it's not tons and tons of oils where you feel overwhelmed. If you are like us and you want to build a business, then we'll talk about some of the other kits. But for general, anybody who's really excited about oils should take a look at the Home Essentials and the Natural Solutions kit. Any of the kits listed are going to start you off with $50 back from doTERRA to use whenever you want on any oils. So think of it as $50 in store credit for oils, right? Then when your oils get in, if you guys are ready to order tonight, then we will help you get started. For those of you who are really excited, we're going to actually give an additional $50 away in oils. So the first person who goes ahead and gets us your information out of tonight's event, we will give you $50 from us in oils. So you're going to get 50 from doTERRA, you're going to get 50 from us just for spending 100 PV.
So you buy 100,
yeah.
get 100.
Yeah, so PV is a lot like dollars when it comes to essential oils, period. So if you're excited about a membership, go with a kit because it's going to include the membership in it. A membership with doTERRA is just like Costco or Sam's Club. Oh my. You get $35, gets you wholesale prices, 25% off of retail for 12 months. So I'll just say that again because it's simple to remember. $35 is your membership with doTERRA. You get what you want, when you want, wholesale prices, which is 25% off of retail for 12 months. It's yours. You don't have to order every month. There's no obligation. There are perks if you decide to order every month, but you can also just adjust what you need, when you need it, even where it ships. It's all yours. And we get to be your friends. We get to be your guides, kind of your oil translators. So right there, you're going to see that you've got a link to get your oils. And then, and these are the kits. And then you've got let me copy this down. And then you've got a couple of choices. We recommend the Home Essentials and the Natural Solutions kit. You'll get either $50 from doTERRA with the Home Essentials, or the Natural Solutions kit actually comes with free PV anyways. So you'll get an additional promotion with that. So I recommend checking out, you can go to the link yourself. So if you guys are really excited and you're like, I want that total of $100 in free stuff, then I'm just about to put that link, so hold your horses. I know you're really excited. Again, the first person who enrolls from tonight's event, and we may decide if you guys are at a tie with like 3 people, then we'll give 3 people, but the first person who is going to enroll tonight, he says 1.
Say 1.
I'm nicer. You want to click on this link right here, the second one that we put in. First decide on your kit with the first link. Then go ahead and follow the second link, and it's going to take you to the enrollment form. You put all your information in, completely secure online, and then we'll follow up with you via email that you leave right on that form. And we'll make sure we get you your $50 in PV from us. You're going to get 50 from doTERRA. You're going to be in great shape. If you are interested and you have more questions, go ahead and just comment with I'm interested, and then send us an email with the same title. So you're going to comment with I'm interested right here. Then you're going to send us an email at bettertogetherlife@gmail.com with just the subject I'm interested. And we'll get you more information and follow up with like a one-on-one appointment with you so that we can talk with you more about what you're super excited on with oils. And then we'll get you started. So I think we've given you guys enough time to catch up with the video. Sometimes we have a delay, and sometimes we have a really long delay. And I want to make sure that we answer all your questions and honor your time. We're just about at an hour. Let's see, Royal Regal, you use oils often. That's awesome. It's just Amber is very interested. Awesome, Amber. If we didn't answer enough of your questions for you to go ahead and enroll on your own and get started with doTERRA, then go ahead and email us at bettertogetherlife@gmail.com, and we'll make sure that we get you specific information for your questions. Okay. Eric, you love the bunnies for real. Like, they're so adorable.
Yeah. Just go back to there and skip all of our talk and then go see the bunnies.
So cute.
It was like all hot today because of and so they usually are down in their like burrow and it's like an incubator in there. But it was hot today, so they come out to the nest box on their own and just they lay around like big old hippos.
They are just like lazy, floppy things.
It is so cool.
But they grew so fast. I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I think we've got it.
Can y'all believe
that human came out of this human?
Yes.
Can you believe?
Like,
that's insane.
No time.
Did you guys see that video?
Yes.
Didn't he do an awesome job? Like, come on.
You did the work.
I did the work.
I just put some sappy music.
That's a video I'm willing to star in.
Yes.
When it comes to that.
Yes.
But you did an awesome job. I can't even. I mean, it could have been so bad, and you made it so beautiful.
The boys got bored with it.
Well, they're like, whatever. They're like, where am I?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's my part? Okay, guys, I think we've got all your questions done. You guys are amazing. Awesome. Yeah, I love you guys talking back and forth. This makes me so happy.
Yes, it was fun.
I'm not talking about you. I mean, I love you and Eric talking back and forth, but that's pretty common.
Yes.
But Gina and Doug and Stacy are talking, which is great.
Oh, good.
Holler Homestead. Glad you guys are on. Thank you. I think we make cute humans too. Oh, Gina loves the birth video, babe. Gina, I'm so glad that you do. I love it too.
I'm just glad that Kelly let me post it. Because honestly, guys, it was not going to happen.
It was questionable.
Yes. It was not the plan to do that.
I think if you hadn't done such a good job, I would have been like,
well, that was the
veto.
point, is I had to make her cry in order to actually post it.
I did. I cried.
Yeah. Y'all are getting a little hint. Okay. Also, yeah. We're doing this again on the 25th.
Yeah. So if you guys like us, which is kind of funny, but if you like us, then we'll do another. Well, even if you don't like us, we're doing another live stream on the 25th, because a lot of you had questions about baby and like our family and what our plans are for the next step, and we're ending season 2, so we'll still have actually one of these every week for the rest of the month. We just want to make sure we stay on top of your questions, and then we'll have a live stream on the 25th.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So Amber, we're going to make sure we get you hooked up and started. And remember, whoever is in this race, the first one is going to get 50 from us. You're going to get 50 from doTERRA. So it's $100 when you spend 100 PV with doTERRA. That's kind of unbelievable. I wish that had been around when we got started.
Yes.
So thanks for tuning in, y'all. Thanks for just your questions, your participation. It's so fun to see the live chat kind of blow up with ideas and questions, and we're just really happy to help y'all get started. I hope this is powerful for your next step. Thank you for investing in your wellness. You know, the more that you contribute to your own health and wellness, the more you're able to serve people around you. Imagine that just power of positive energy in your world and really living your life on purpose for other people. I think that's the kind of influence I want to have in the world around me, and I hope that helps meet some of your needs as well.
I can't wait for using these oils actually on the homestead.
That's going to be unreal.
Like, yeah.
Get ready, guys. It's going to be crazy. All right, we'll see you guys on the next go round, and again, just email us with your questions. We're excited to help you. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, everybody.